A Central Georgia Technical College is working with companies to help their students and alumni get work and help employers get qualified employees. I'm going to tell you how.
Well, good morning. Happy Thursday. You are looking live over downtown Macon. The time is 6:30 on this January 27th. I'm Caitlin Heck.
And I'm Wanya Reese. It's very interesting, Caitlin, because I literally feel like the weather is playing limbo. Like Alex said, how low can you go? I don't even think the weather knows.
I don't know that I want to know how low we can go, Alex.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing we're not in the Northeast, because you think that what we're going to see here in Central Georgia is cold. We're talking about negative wind chill values not too far away, only a few states up across the United States. So luckily we're not in that kind of territory, at least not this morning. Here in Central Georgia, 33 degrees, the current number as we take a live look from Atrium Health Navicent. Feels like 27 though, courtesy of that wind out of the east-northwest at 7 miles an hour. 35 waking up in Houston County this morning, 34 in Gordon, 32 freezing on the dot there in Monticello, as well as in Sandersville, and in Upson County this morning, 36 down in Unadilla. Radar picture is quiet. We could see a few sprinkles on this by the time we get to tomorrow. I'll map that out in future view here in just a few minutes. But in the meantime, some snow, parts of Arkansas, Missouri, southern Illinois, even into parts of Kentucky now. That is going to stay well away from central Georgia. So warming up through the 40s, through the 30s, 40s, then into the 50s this afternoon. I do think we hit a high temperature of about 56 degrees with a few high clouds across central Georgia. But like we were just talking about, the coldest air of the season on the way to central Georgia. We'll map out the timing of that and the single-digit wind chills in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Alex. A missing persons case in Bibb County could soon have some answers. On December 9th, 78-year-old James Dumas got dropped off at his Pleasant Hill home after a dialysis appointment. His family hasn't seen him since. The sheriff's office searched the area with dogs and even a helicopter.
Yesterday, after talking to family members and viewing area photos of the neighborhood layout, our 13 WMAZ journalist Raymond Tubb found a body in the woods near Dumas's home. Coroner Leon Jones says he is almost certain it belongs to the 78-year-old. That won't be confirmed, though, until the GBI does a full autopsy.
Well, the search continues for a 71-year-old Dublin man on Lake St. Clair who's been missing for more than 30 hours now. Crews spent all day yesterday looking for Joseph Robertson.
Tuesday night, he went out for a fishing trip with his wife when their boat started sinking. Authorities rescued his wife, 77-year-old Reba Robertson, but they have not yet found Joseph. Sergeant Bubba Sanford with the State Department of Natural Resources told us that about before 9 Tuesday night, the Robertsons' boat sank, taking on water over half of a mile from the boat launch. The couple did dial 911.
Authorities found Reba Robertson nearly 20 minutes later wearing a life jacket, but almost unconscious. Her husband's life jacket floated nearby.
As far as Mr. Robertson, not sure if he was not able to get his own or for some reason came out of it. We don't know, and we may not ever know.
Authorities also used a sonar-equipped pontoon boat to search for Joseph. Sanford says the water is 47 to 60 feet deep. He hopes he can provide some closure for the Robertson family soon.
Reba Robertson got treated for severe hypothermia, but she is expected to make a full recovery.
All right, let's get you to some news happening across the state. Georgia's mental health care system could get more support. Lawmakers unveiled a bill to boost the system as the state faces a surge in overdose deaths and suicides in rural Georgia. The legislation announced yesterday would pressure private insurers to improve coverage for mental health disorders and substance abuse. It would also create an incentive for people to become mental health workers.
Well, it's case closed again for the investigation into the death of a Georgia teen found dead inside a gym mat. Someone found Kendrick Johnson dead at his high school in Lowndes County in 2013. Well, now, 10 months after investigators with the sheriff's office reopened the case, they're ruling his death accidental, saying they didn't find any evidence of foul play. Investigators say Johnson tried to reach into the rolled-up gym mat to grab his shoes he had left there. Several autopsies ruled his death accidental by asphyxiation. 2 students are hurt, and authorities took 3 others into custody after a stabbing at a Fulton County school. Around 9 yesterday morning, there was a fight at Banneker High School that led to the stabbing. The students hurt should be okay. Fulton County Schools police put the school on lockdown during their investigation. Banneker's principal says their safety team is working with police to make sure all measures are taken to make sure the school stays safe for everyone.
Turning to the latest in COVID-19 education news, the virus now impacting in-person classes at Crawford County schools. The superintendent says the district has a number of bus drivers out with COVID-19, so all schools will move to remote learning for the rest of the week. Students will use virtual learning and paper packets today and tomorrow. Staff will report to their schools as scheduled. The superintendent says students will return to the classroom on Monday. Well, today, Governor Brian Kemp will head to Houston County for a military roundtable. His office says he and First Lady Marty Kemp will join local, state, and federal leaders at the Vector Center in Warner Robins. They plan to talk about proposals to support active and retired servicemen and women. The meeting starts at 9 this morning.
Well, the Warner Robins City Council is working to develop a larger charging network for electric cars throughout Houston County. People who drive electric cars in Houston don't have many places to charge their car. Post 1 Councilman Derek Mack says there are only 7 public charging stations in and around Warner Robins. He says lots of electric commuters come in from out of town, so it's important to bring new charging stations to the county. All right, speaking of the international city, there is a new place to relax. Grove Spa Retreat opens next month.
Exactly. It sounds like a phenomenal place, Caitlin. Now, owner Talisa Azaros says it's a place that people can come to wind down. Azaros also owns Float Robins, which is the same in the Shame Shopping Center. She says that clients have been asking her for more spa-like services, and there just wasn't enough space at Float Robins to make that happen, so she got the new space.
The spa offers
There's greenery
facials
everywhere, dimension everywhere, texture.
All right, they offer facials and waxing, scrubs, all kinds of services, and she says it's important to create a soothing environment there.
There's greenery everywhere, dimension everywhere, texture, light, smell, sound, all of it working together to create a really nice space that's super comfortable.
I know, I'm saying, fellas, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so
That's
make
true.
sure you're taking some notes right now. You'll find a spot at 225 Smithfield Church Road and Suite 300. And Caitlin, they open up on February the 8th.
Just in time for Valentine's Day. I would not mind a gift card if my husband is watching. A nice massage, some relaxation. Just saying. Time is now 6:36. And as we get ready to go into the weekend, Alex, bring us the news. Tell us what it is. How cold is it going to be?
Yeah, Caitlin, go ahead and plug your ears. It's it's gonna get cold across central Georgia as we take a live look at Perry this morning. You think it's cold now? Give it about 48 hours, 72 hours, and we'll talk again. Take a live look at Interstate 75. This is the view from the Georgia National Fairgrounds. 34 degrees is the current number. It feels like 29 though, courtesy of that northeast wind at about 6 miles an hour. There's that wind there. 30s across the board. 30 right now in Sanders, or 32 rather in Sandersville, as well as in Monticello. 33 in Forsyth, 33 in Macon as well, 36 down in Cochran, 34 waking up in Dodge County this morning, and 37 down in Cordele. Factor in the wind, feels a bit cooler. Feels like 27 in Macon right now, 32 in Butler, 30 in Montezuma, and 29 down in Sumter County this morning. As expected, the radar picture is quiet across central Georgia. It will remain quiet through the day today, courtesy of high pressure that's located up to our north right now. That front that rolled through here about 2 days ago, still lingering down to the south. We're not really expecting it to do much for us here in central Georgia. This high pressure is going to steer this snow you see in parts of Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois away from central Georgia, not going to be a concern for us. So as we head through the afternoon hours today, temperatures warming into the 50s rather quickly. As we get in just after the noon hour or so, that's when we will enter the 50s, stay there through a majority of the day. Once the sun goes down tonight, we will see increased cloud cover across the region. And that means temperatures tonight not going to be able to fall as much as they did last night. So we're only going to be looking at low temperatures down into the upper 30s as opposed to the low 30s. So here we go into Macon. That's 7 a.m. about 38. Then for tomorrow afternoon, a few sprinkles, especially in our northern counties. This is 3 p.m. So from about 3 all the way to about 7, we might see a few traverse the northern tier counties. But I do think a majority of everybody stays dry for Friday afternoon, evening, and into Saturday. It's when we get Friday evening into Saturday when the really cold stuff begins to arrive. So let's look at it here on the future view. Feels like temperatures through the afternoon, feeling like the 50s where we should be this time of year. Then for tomorrow morning, cool, but not cold per se. You can see this next front rolling in here. This is Friday, 3 p.m. Feels like nearly 60 in Macon. Meanwhile, about 100 miles up the road in Rome, feeling like 36. That front slides on through. The coldest air arrives Saturday morning. We could see wind chill values in the single digits around central Georgia. And if you get up into the North Georgia mountains, we could be talking about wind chill values potentially below 0 in some of the highest elevations. So if you're headed up there this weekend, certainly something to take note of, but also here in central Georgia, going to be very cold out there. And then for Saturday afternoon, notice this is 5 p.m. The high temperature is going to be in the 40s, but it's not going to get the feels like temperature that is not going to get above 30 across central Georgia tomorrow. So a great day to cook some chili, stay inside, and avoid the outdoors because it is going to feel downright cold across the region. The reason why we're going to get so cold, no big weather feature to really change our temperatures as we head into the weekend and the start of next work week. It's not until we get to about Tuesday, Wednesday where we begin to watch our next system take shape out to the west. But notice the European has some rain along the Mississippi River while the GFS doesn't, and then the GFS pulls some rain in here Thursday afternoon. Meanwhile, the European has a huge front out to the west, so we still have some fine tuning to do on the timing with this. So as we head into the next few days, cold as we get into the weekend, but the real story is the overnight low temperatures, 23 for Saturday, 21 for Sunday, with some single-digit wind chills. For today, high temperature of about 56 degrees after warming through the 40s, a few high clouds with plenty of sun to go around. Sunrise is at 7:32 this morning, and then for tonight, 34 degrees, the overnight low. Some will get below freezing, but I really do think majority of us will not. Sunset is at 6:03. Here's the 7-day forecast. 50s for the next few days, a 10% chance of rain on Friday. There's the cold stuff for the weekend, then rebounding into the 60s to start next work and school week, all the way up to 66 by Groundhog Day.